So here's another one of these fine writings to show you what we're dealing with, except this is dealing with Russia. This is why they're always screaming about Russia, because Russia finally kicked these fuckers out after they did this to them. Trotsky, who was another fucking communist. Yeah, notice his name is Bronstein. Wow, what do you think, that's South Korean? We must turn Russia into a desert populated by white Negroes, upon whom shall impose a tyranny such as the most terrible Eastern despots never dreamt of. The only difference is that this will be a left-wing tyranny, not a right-wing tyranny. It will be a red tyranny and not a white one. We mean the word red literally because we shall shed such floods of blood that will make all human losses suffered in the capitalist wars quake and pale by comparison. The biggest bankers across the ocean will work in the closest possible contact with us. If we win the revolution, we shall establish the power of Zionism upon the wreckage of the revolution's funeral, and we shall become the power before which the whole world will sink to its knees. We shall show what real power is by means of terror and bloodbaths. We shall reduce the Russian intelligentsia to a state of complete stupefaction and idiocy, and to an animal existence. So just take Russia out of there and put America, because that's the exact same thing they're doing here. The biggest bankers across the ocean will work with the closest possible contacts. That's the offshore banks. That's what they always are referring to when they say the global elitist. The banks and the corporations. Just put America in there, and that's exactly what's going on here. That's all you need to know. Now do you want to buy a gun? Now do you want to get some bullets? Do you understand? This is why they kept screaming about Russia, 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 Russia. Because Russia finally, after years and years and years, booted them out about 10 years ago. They finally got the fucking Zionist bankers out of Russia. And so now everything is Russia, Russia, Russia. That's what all of that was about. Because they can't get back in there. So, just substitute Russia there for America, because they're getting ready to do the same fucking thing. So you better figure out what the fuck you're going to do. Because Alex Jones ain't going to help you. That guy's... Ugh. What a fucking screwball. I tried to tell people this for years and years and years and years. There is no COVID. COVID is not coronavirus. COVID is theft. But whatever. People are going to do what they're going to do because they're dumber than shit. They'll find out. They'll find out. Believe me. This shit with Joe Biden. Oh, I want to bring your friend and bring unity? No, they don't. You know, the mob will do that to you. They'll come up and put their arm around you and go, you know what, I think we can be good friends. But it's going to cost you. Isn't that interesting? I think we can be good friends, but it's going to cost you. These guys don't want to be friends. They want to stomp you out of existence. And they're all in on it. The news media and all them motherfuckers. Fox, all of them. And then Alex Jones says, we have to vote. We have to do this and that. No, you don't need to vote. You need to go get yourself some protection and be prepared to do what you need to do. See, because you notice down here it says, if we win. You see? But Alex Jones says, oh, well, what's the worst? But peaceful protests. Fuck your peaceful protests. And remember, I just did the video. I said they're getting ready to launch an attack on Washington. Well, that's what they're doing. They're all around it right now because they want to see Trump pulled out of there physically. Because the media said that Biden's the new president. But the media doesn't get to say that because the media isn't the one that deems who's president. It has to go through it has to be certified. It has to go through a process of certification, not the fucking news. All of these people are dancing around thinking this is a good thing. They're going to be murdered. They're going to be murdered. They don't want you. People don't understand. This group wants to destroy everybody. because they're afraid we're going to destroy them. So they got to make up reasons to destroy us. Oh, we want to launch a communist. It's not communism. It's eugenics. They want you gone so that you don't become a threat to them. It's not about saving the earth or communism. There ain't gonna be nobody left to be communistic over. These people are narcissistic. They're scared to death constantly that somebody's trying to rip them off or kill them. They're taught that from the time they're little. That, oh, the world's out to get you. Don't mix with the Gentiles. They're our slaves. We're above them. It's a sick psychosis. I don't know what else to tell you guys. I've showed this over and over and over and over 1 billion times. And people don't get it. They don't care. Like I said, in somewhat kind of weird, twisted way, I'll get a big kick out of watching people fucking be led away to the COVID camps to starve to death. Because I'd love to interview one of them and go, so what do you think's going on? You think this is good? Do you like this? Because this is all you're going to get. More and more starvation. Man will seek death and death will flee from him. Because you know what that is? That's a man that's starving to death. Because ain't nowhere to run and all you can do is just sit there and wait and wait and wait until there's nothing left. So, you can be ready for that shit. And they're going to do it under the guise that you have to get these shots. Oh, and it's so bad we're going to have to come in your house. Sure? You sure you want to do that? I don't think that's going to work out too well. See, if everybody just knew a third, well, I don't want to even say that. If people even knew a quarter of what we know on this page, this wouldn't happen. We could have turned this around and said, fuck the networks. We could have taken to the streets. We could have actually done something. We should have been BLM, not those guys. Us. We should have done that. Too late now. Too late now because people like Alex Jones said, oh, we have to vote, vote, vote. It's your most sacred right. It doesn't mean shit. Well, that's it for this video. I'm too disgusted to say anything else.